Hello everyone, this is Faizel with another video. Hope you're all well and staying safe. I also hope that you are liking my videos and also enjoying them, and hope that you are subscribed to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so by hitting the subscribe button. Also, please share those videos with others and ask them to subscribe to my channel. I really need to grow it and take it to greater heights, and I can only do that with your support. To all those that have subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So a few weeks back, I posted a question on social media, and I said we're going to be doing a Q&A video, Amara and myself, and people need to send us questions, and we've been inundated with a number of questions that people have sent us. So thank you so much, and we're going to be answering some of those questions today. Out of respect for those that have sent us questions, some of them didn't want their names mentioned, so we're not mentioning their names. And for those that wanted their names mentioned, we'll be doing that. So let's get started.
Let's get started.
All right, first question coming through is, what phone does Amara use?
iPhone XS Max.
She uses an iPhone XS Max. Why do you use it?
I just got hooked on the Apple ecosystem. It's simple to use.
She never used to use the iPhone before. When I met her, she used to use a Nokia out of all the other phones. I am using Apple since 2007 when Steve Jobs launched the first iPhone. So it's not something that I've been using for a long time. And when I met her, she got into the ecosystem and is now using iPhone as well. So the second question that has come through is, how did you both meet?
The short version is we met at work many years ago.
Yeah, like she said, the short version is we met at work. She used to send me emails and, just jokes and chain emails, and I just used to reply to them. There is a longer version of the story. It's quite heartbreaking, but obviously that's for another video, and so look out for that in the future as well. A question coming through on Facebook from Mumtaz Musa Saleh, and she's got about 3 questions. Mumtaz is also a colleague of mine, so thank you to Mumtaz for sending the questions. She says, for Amara, what is the one gadget you cannot do without and a must-have?
A coffee cup.
Coffee cup.
Yeah, that's my gadget.
Yeah, she drinks copious amounts of coffee. I don't know how she handles it. And the second question she asks is, which device or Lego set has your husband bought that you feel was a silly, impulsive buy?
Just one.
Well, she asked for one, so.
There's a long list. There is Lego sets. No, I don't think it was an impulsive buy. I think it's a nice thing for the whole family to sit down and do those Lego sets. So I'm not going to say it's a Lego set. Device, I don't know, maybe one of the 10 million Bluetooth speakers you've got at home.
Okay, then Mumtaz asks me a question. You are a tech journalist. Many people still have questions about Huawei devices. Can you debunk some of the myths? The Huawei story is a long one. It's a bad story from the whole thing with China and USA, but it's also a good story from the Huawei side. I think they've done wonderful, and they've got a brilliant thing going at the moment, but that's for another video as well. And then for myself also, Mumtaz asking a question, what gadget device should every kid over 10 have? So I think the most important gadget that a child or kid needs to have now, at this moment, currently in South Africa and with the COVID-19 pandemic, I think is a tablet. There is so much that you can do with a tablet at the moment. You can do school classes, you can do research, you can do homework. Even adults can use it for their work. You can communicate with it, you can Skype and do a whole lot of other things. So I think there's anything that you need to buy now, any gadget that you need to buy now, or need to have at this moment is obviously a tablet. Then another question coming through, somebody asking, can Amara do tech reviews?
No. I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, I love doing tech. I love technology. I've got a tech show on Radio Islam. You can tune in on Sundays just after the 8 a.m. news bulletin. But it's a hobby, and I've been only doing tech for a short while. And the YouTube channel is still young, so that's why I need your support as well. But hopefully as the channel grows and a lot more companies ask me to do reviews, I can grow the channel. It's absolutely wonderful featuring some of these products on the channel, and I love doing the tech, and I hope you're enjoying it as well. It's also educational to educate the followers and subscribers about the newest technologies that have come onto the market. Another question has come through for Amara. How do you feel Faizel gets all the latest phones and review them?
I think it's a brilliant way to expand everybody's knowledge. So I'm cool with it. He gets to play with his little toys, as they go. So the older the boys get, the more expensive the toys get. So I'm cool with it.
All right, and then on Facebook, also to the question, MJ Khan sent in a question: what's your favorite video game? My all-time favorite video game is Formula 1 98. I've got the original PlayStation that just came out. I bought it from Macro when it just came out, and I bought the game at that time, Formula 1 98. It was touted to be the most difficult PlayStation game to play. I enjoyed it, I mastered it, and I haven't played in a while, but that's my all-time favorite video game, Formula 1 98 on the PlayStation 1. Obviously, there's Xboxes now, there's Switch, there's Nintendo, and there's also the newer PlayStations. But I haven't been involved so much in gaming. I think I need to get more involved to de-stress sometimes, because the work that I do is so stressful, and sometimes you just need to let off some steam. So thanks again to MJ Khan and to Mumtaz for sending in those questions on Facebook. So another question that has come through for me, do you pay for your phones? Well, if I'm reviewing a particular device from Samsung or from Huawei or from any other company, LG, I don't pay for the device because I'm reviewing them, but I do have to return them. The only devices that I pay for is my iPhone and Amara's iPhone. Sometimes tech companies do give us phones which we get to keep. Samsung has been phenomenal in that effort. They've given me two phones, the S9 and also the S10 Plus, which they've given me, which I've got to keep. So that's wonderful. Thank you, Samsung, for allowing me to keep these devices. By the way, I always carry two phones with me as well, my iPhone and a Samsung, because sometimes I get questions about iPhone and iOS. Then obviously I need to understand how it works so I can answer the question. And also the Samsungs and the other phones are Android, so I'm able to check out the Android system and answer any question if people pose to me if they have an Android related question. So I do carry two phones. Also because the iPhone is more work related. I get a lot of work questions. I get a lot of work calls, and the Samsung phone is a private phone where my family can get hold of me. Another question that has come through is for Amara and myself, I think for both of us. What is your pet peeve about Faizel? And I'm sure this will apply to me about you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your pet peeve about me?
He snores.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I snore, but she says she wants to record me.
He snores.
Oh, okay, I'll take your word for it. I do snore. But it's probably because I'm tired and that sort of stuff. Especially with the COVID-19, we've been sleeping very late because the health department released the statistics very late, as opposed to sometimes 8 o'clock at night, they release it sometimes 12 o'clock at night. So it does get a bit tiring as well. My pet peeve about Amara, when I'm working the early morning shifts at the radio station, and I normally get up at around 3 a.m. And when I get up, I'll nudge her and tell her, listen, I need to go now. And, she makes me breakfast and, gets certain things ready for me. And I have to repeat that about 5-6 times before she actually gets up. So she's a very sound sleeper. She doesn't get up. And sometimes when I tell her to do something before I leave home, if you have time, please do this for me. And when I come back, she hasn't done nothing. So
obviously, you don't have time.
She doesn't always have time, but it's not really a peeve. I can understand sometimes she's busy as well, but most of the time I think she's very accommodating and she always helps me out. So yeah, thanks a lot. Another question has come through. Faizel, why do you always go for iPhone? Well, I've been using iPhone for a very long time. I still remember I was driving home with Amara from work one day and we were listening to the keynote by Steve Jobs in 2007 where the iPhone was launched, and I didn't know how it works at the time. We didn't see the pictures, we were just listening to it on radio. And a cousin of mine whose brother lives in America actually sent him a few of these devices. He waited in line. And on the day of Eid, we went to my cousin's house and he showed me this phone and I was playing with it and I was just hooked on the iPhone. I mean, I couldn't believe that this device was so wonderful. And I told him, please get me one. And I think we were the only 2 people in the whole country to have iPhones. And since that time, I've been always using iPhone. I did have a break a while back where I used a Samsung, but I found the iPhone easier to use, and I've been using iPhones ever since, and I haven't changed ever. So, I go for the latest one. The new one is expected to be released in September this year, coming to South Africa around October, November, and you can be assured that I will be getting it as well. So it's an easy phone to use. Another question that has come through: what is your opinion on COVID-19? I think COVID-19 is very serious. It's infected millions of people across the world. Hundreds of thousands have died, and we all have a role to play to ensure that we stay safe. So wear that mask, sanitize, social distance. It's very, very important. There are stigmas associated with the COVID-19 pandemic. There's nothing to be ashamed of. If you have COVID-19, make it known, tell everybody, and you have a responsibility to do that because you may have infected other people as well. I hope the vaccine trials that are being conducted across the world materialize, and hopefully that these can be administered to people that have been infected so that we can get this pandemic lifted. But I think most importantly is that while it is infecting everybody across the world and infections are rising at a rapid rate, we also need to turn to a higher being and pray to him. No matter which God you pray to him and ask him to lift this pandemic. Another question has come through: what does Amara do for a living? What do you do for a living?
I am the marketing, merchandise, and planning manager for a furniture retailer that has stores based in Zambia.
She's also a graphic designer, and I don't know why she doesn't do it anymore. She's even an artist, by the way. I've seen some of her drawings. It's absolutely stunning. So she does some graphic design work for me, also for her company as well. So check out some of her designs. She's got a Facebook page. It's called Amal Designs, and she can do some graphic design work for you if you're possibly interested as well. So that's about all the questions that we have for today. Look out for a future Q&A video. Once again, thank you for all those that have sent in questions. We really appreciate it. And this is just a small glimpse into mine and Amara's life. There's obviously a lot more. Hopefully we can show that in future videos. Please like this video, and also don't forget to share it, and also subscribe to my channel. But most importantly, with COVID-19 affecting everybody in South Africa and across the world, please, friends, stay safe, wear those masks, sanitize, social distancing. It is very, very important. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. See you around. Peace.